Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Saving Sunderland. Now in today's episode we have our Champions League quarter-final both legs, but we've also got some fixtures to review since we last met. And this was the draw for the Champions League quarter-finals. We are going to be playing at Red Bull Leipzig, which for me was the best draw of the lot in the teams remaining. Maybe Marseille, but I'm not too sure how well they have improved. But ever since we've got Red Bull Leipzig, did we have them in the group stage? I believe we did. Yeah, so had Red Bull Leipzig in the group stage, and I believe we beat them twice. So here's fingers crossed we can get through and get ourselves to another Champions League semi-final. 3 games to go through since the last game against Leverkusen. We drew this one 2-2 against West Bromwich Albion. We've actually hit a really rough patch of form. We're not getting beat, but we played 3 games since we last met and we drew 2 and won 1. 3 winnable games in the Premier League as well. But a double from Lincoln got us the 2-2 draw. A double from Marcus Sheldon, who's one of the brightest English prospects in the game. He's absolutely fantastic striker. Unfortunately, it will cost 92 million and it wasn't a price I was willing to pay. He does have a relegation release clause of 46 million in West Brom and 19th in the Premier League. We then had a home tie against Swansea City, which we won 4-1. Goals from Moise Kean, Maximiliano Sugo and an own goal, securing the victory. We then had another disappointing draw in the Premier League against West Ham United. Away from home, a 0-0 draw, a game of basically 0 chances for either side. So another draw. Fortunately, we had that massive cushion in terms of the Premier League. And after them 3 games, it sees us lying top of the Premier League, 15 points clear, with 6 games to go. So the Premier League is all but confirmed coming to the Stadium of Light. Injuries. We've been absolutely smacked by injuries recently. We have had some players return. Vignato was injured. Luis Enrique Arans was injured. Lincoln was injured. You know, these are all coming back into the squad. But Jadon Sancho got himself injured for 5 months in the Leverkusen match that you last saw. So unfortunately, that's the end of his season and probably the end of his beginning of next season as well. Obviously, Matteo Guendouzi is now out for about 3 weeks. He's out for the remaining 2 weeks, but means I think he's going to miss both legs against Red Bull Leipzig. And obviously, our first choice central midfielder, Tanguy Ndombele, has been out for God knows how long now. So we are struggling for numbers, but we do have some deputies to step in and replace them. So hopefully, we can get past Red Bull Leipzig and get ourselves to the semi-final. So this is how we are going to line up in the first leg against Red Bull Leipzig. We'll start with Pickford in goal, Pfeiffer, Rios and Diaz as our centre-backs, Althans and Milagres as our wing-backs, Foden and Zahir in the central of midfield, Vignato and Moise Kean on the wings with Maximiliano and Sugo up top. So we're going to kick off the first leg against Red Bull Leipzig, shooting from right to left. An early highlight, 7 minutes in, we've got the ball deep. What can we do with it? Knocking it about lovely here. Zahir tries to switch the player, but it falls to Milagres. Moise Kean gets dispossessed, and Pinamonti can break now for Red Bull Leipzig to Fornals. He's charging at the defence, but that was an absolutely terrible shot. Why you showed me that as a highlight, I have no idea. Another highlight, Red Bull Leipzig with the ball. Ruben Neves switches it to Malcolm on the right hand side. Milagres, can you get the challenge in? He can, but it goes back to him. Back to Fornals in the centre. We've got absolute ton of space on this left hand side. Guilherme Moran has found it. He's going to get the ball in. Pinamonti, very, very close. We're not performing very well so far in this game. Highlight, we've got the ball deep again. Can we keep it this time? Moise Kean cutting in from this left-hand side. He found Vignato in the box. He strikes it. Mvogo gets a touch to it, but it's not enough. And it's Sunderland 1, Red Bull Leipzig 0. As we can see here, Milagres down this left-hand side finds Moise Kean, who cuts inside. Turns on the afterburners, but manages to find Vignato in the box. And an excellent strike, and Mvogo can fail. A little bit unlucky there, but it goes in the back of the net. We're 1-0 up. This is what we need. Highlight now, Red Bull Leipzig have the ball deep. Can they create anything? Malcolm's got it on this right-hand side now. He tries to find Pinamonti. It does get to him. Moritz on this left-hand side. He gets the beating of his man. Pinamonti's in the box. And oh my god, what a miss. Highlight now, Fornals has got it in the centre again for Red Bull Leipzig. They are turning on. Hendricks now has got it in the centre. It's cut out by Althans. Can we break now? Vignato down this right hand side. He's got the pace to burn. He's got the beating of one man. Plays it to Sugo. It's back to Foden, to Zahir, to Althans on the right hand side. Can he get a ball in? He can. Sugo. Can I put it in the back of the net though? And that's going to be that for half time. Sunderland 1, Red Bull Leipzig 0. I'm actually really not happy with the performance. They have created more than us. We're very fortunate to be 1 goal ahead. They have missed at least 1 sitter, so hopefully we can play better in the second half. Highlight now, Phil Foden has it in the centre of midfield. He goes out wide and plays it to Milagres. Both on yellow cards as well, that's not too encouraging. But Moise Kean gets the ball in, Maximiliano Sugo gets the goal, and we're 2-0 up. Some excellent play down the left-hand side by Phil Foden, plays to Milagres, and he manages to beat these man. Just a quick burst of pace there, gets it to Moise Kean in the box, who finds Sugo. Excellent finish, 2-0 Sunderland. Another highlight we've got on the left-hand side with Moise Kean. Phil Foden comes down the left-hand side now. He's got options with Milagres, but Milagres gives it away and Red Bull Leipzig can break. But they give it away as well, and we'll find Moise Kean on the left-hand side. Zahir now in the centre. Tries to play it to Sugo, and Upamecano cuts it out. We all know the pace of Kawhi. We checked him when we've played them before. He's absolutely rapid. He's managed to beat his man. He gets the ball in back post, and it somehow doesn't go in, and we really are treading on a fine line here. Alright, we're going to make some changes. We're going to get Phil Foden off for Chiral Labidis, whatever you say his name. Michael Althians we're going to get off for Rickson, and we'll save our last sub in case of injury. Highlight Rickson on this right hand side, finds Zahir. Back to Zahir now in the box. He plays it in. Moise Kean gets the goal. We're 3-0 up. We are cruising into the next leg. You know, I see we're cruising, but we haven't actually performed well. And they should have had at least 2, if not 3 goals themselves. But here, we'll find ourselves 3-0 up. We'll go back to Red Bull Leipzig away from home and hopefully do the business there as well. And that's going to be that full time. Sunderland 3, Red Bull Leipzig 0. Performance, I'm not happy with. Result, I'm absolutely ecstatic with. We were very fortunate to get away with that with no away goals conceded. So we'll go away to the second leg and hopefully do a repeat performance. So we've just played Arsenal in the Premier League. We played a very heavily rotated side and we managed to come away with a 0-0 draw. So we're getting a lot of draws in the Premier League recently, but fortunately I think we're still 13 points clear with 5 games to go. We should still be fine. So we're back. It is second leg day of the Champions League quarterfinals against Red Bull Leipzig. This is the team we're going to start with. It's exactly the same team that started the first leg. And we'll just look out at how they are setting up this time. I think it's a different system. 4-5-1, 2 defensive midfielders. Let's see how we'll cope with that today. So we kick off shooting from right to left, knowing that as long as we don't get absolutely smashed, we should be going through. Highlight now, we've pinched the ball from Malcolm on the left hand side. Althans now. Vignato plays a lovely through ball to Sugo. Should be doing better there, one-on-one with the keeper. Highlight now, Malcolm down this left-hand side. He gets the ball in, but Pfeiffer can clear, but only as far as Ruben Neves. He finds Sabitzer on the right-hand side, who's cut inside to Moritz. There's loads of space for Ashraf down this right-hand side. He can get past his man, he can get the ball in. Milagres clears, falls back to Marcel Sabitzer, and that is going to be a penalty kick to Red Bull Leipzig. Not what we need 12 minutes in. Can Pickford be the hero? No, he can't. As we can see here, Hendrick steps up, puts it on the left-hand side, the right-hand side of Pickford. Highlight now, Vignato's found Keane in the box to Sugo, and he gets the goal. Thank God for that. Hopefully that secures our place in the semi-finals. An away goal, now they need 4. As you can see, Moise Kean finds Sugo, who puts it away lovely. 1-1. Highlight again, we've got the ball high up the pitch. Zahir finds Sugo, who tries to play it in, and now Red Bull Leipzig can probably counter. Actually, they can't. They try to play a long ball, and Phil Foden cuts it out, but we give the ball away sloppily again. Malcolm down this left-hand side, he's burst forward, finds the ball into the box for Kawhi, and that's going to be 2 on Red Bull Leipzig. We are giving the ball away so sloppily today. It's becoming a problem. As you can see here, Malcolm comes down this left-hand side, gets the good ball in. Kawhi has got nobody's marking Kawhi. We just absolutely left him alone. 3 centre-backs there, none of them doing anything. Another highlight now, Red Bull Leipzig on the left-hand side. Guillermo Arana finds Ruben Neves in the centre to Ashraf on the right-hand side. Sabitzer's there, he's got it now. Ashraf plays it down the line for Sabitzer, he gets the ball in. Malcolm's there, makes it 3-1. Oh, I don't know what my team's doing, but we're not doing it. We're not doing anything much. As you can see here, Sabitzer down this right-hand side, some good work with Ashraf. He gets the ball into the back post. Malcolm comes in late, gets a good shot on it. Pickford's not going to save them. 3-1. And that's going to be that for half time. Really disappointing in our performance, really. We're absolutely playing terribly. Our run of form since that Leverkusen tie has been like really poor. Premier League, Champions League, everything. We're just not performing at the level that we were the first half of the season. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see us get knocked out of this round, or if not this round, the semis, unless we start turning things around today. Althans down this right hand side. Vignato just takes it off him, gets in the box, and that was his shot. Ruben Diaz has picked up a knock, so we're going to have to get Jose Luis on in his place. Highlight, Phil Foden with a free kick on the edge of the area, gets the ball in, but it comes back out to him on the edge. He takes the strike and Mvogo collects comfortably. Another highlight, Mvogo punts it up long for Kawhi to win. but he doesn't. Moise Kean gets on this left hand side and he gives it away to Ashraf. Ashraf now down on this right hand side gets the challenge, but he gets past his man, he gets the ball in, Kawhi is there, and he literally runs it into the back of the net. It is now 4-1 Red Bull Leipzig, 4-4 on aggregate. One more goal from them and they are going through, and we are sinking without a trace. As we can see here, Ashraf manages to beat Milagres, fortunately may I add, and he gets the ball in front post. Kawhi literally runs it in. Pickford should be doing better there, much better, getting beat at his near post. Make our final couple of changes. We're going to get Phil Foden and Althans off for Charalabidis and Rickson. Highlight now, corner, Vignato, Oscar Pfeiffer misses. Another highlight, Rickson on his right hand side. Gets the ball to Milagres on the edge. Can he take a strike? He can, and he puts it in the back of the net. Come on, that's finally done something. Come on. Rickson plays it to Charalabidis, and Milagres makes easy work out of this. Gets past his man, buries a top corner. That has surely secured our place in the semi-finals. Another highlight, 88 minutes in. We've got the ball, but if we give it away, this could be a counter-attacking opportunity. But Sugo's got it up top now, and Ruben Neves tackles him, plays it forward to Kawhi. Pickford with a big save, big save. 10 seconds to go in this match now. It's going to finish 4-2 to Red Bull Leipzig, but we win 5-4 on aggregate. We were absolutely incredibly fortunate in that game. They were so much better than us, and if they had put some chances away in the first leg, which they missed some absolute sitters, we would have been out of this game easy. Our team was sloppy. We're in front of goal, we were sloppy. We were just giving them, every highlight was us giving the ball away to them and them having a counter-attacking opportunity. When they've got a player like Kawhi up front, it was just all pace. He's got nothing else but pace, and we're giving the ball away and letting them booting it over the top of our defence so they can get into the box. It's absolutely ludicrous. I try to change things. I try to make sure we retain possession, short passing, lower in the tempo. Didn't make a blind bit of difference against Red Bull today. Our boys are incredibly fortunate to be in the semi-final. And if we want to get any further in this competition, they're going to have to perform a lot better than they have today. So we'll look at the other quarterfinals, how they finished. Manchester United beat Manchester City, Inter Milan beat Liverpool, and Paris Saint-Germain beat Olympique Marseille. So two English teams in the semi-finals, and Inter Milan and PSG. Who would I want? I'm not even too sure, to be honest. I've got the feeling that any of them three teams will beat us the way we're playing right now. The draw is in 2 days' time, so I'll quickly get there and I'll show you the draw live. Right, we're here. It's semi-final draw day. We've got to click on automatic draw and see who we get Manchester United against Inter Milan. So we will be playing Paris Saint-Germain. Ugh, I'm scared. So there we have it. We're through to the Champions League semi-finals, but by no means in convincing fashion. The way the team's playing at the minute, I don't see us going any further in this competition. Hopefully we can find some form before the Paris Saint-Germain tie. Anyway, if you have enjoyed today's video, please consider leaving a like. And if you enjoy my content, why not get yourself subscribed? But until next time, take it easy.